6. And I have a feeling like this might be a longer Zoom than 30 minutes, just because when I was making my list, it got longer and longer and longer. And I think that this is actually a really important topic to talk about, because when we're trying to build our business, we rely on our conversations and who our network is. And unfortunately, we run out of a warm market pretty quickly, and we find out that not all of our 138 friends that we currently have right now are going to sign up and join us. So we have to expand our market, and that basically means talking to strangers. So as I was writing my list of what I wanted to talk about, I discovered that this is a lot more important, and a lot of people actually don't have a lot of confidence in their ability to sending messages and inviting people that they don't know really well. And honestly, a lot of people have a little bit of a reservation about inviting people that they do know, because they don't want people that they love or care about to feel like they're trying to sell them something. So anyway, basically, when I started writing my list on what I wanted to talk about, it got really long. In fact, like, here's a page. This is where it started. It got messier. I mean, I'm all over the place, but I'm going to try and stay a little bit organized. I'm going to try not to ramble, which you guys all know is really hard for me. And I'm also going to try really, really hard to not let the sound of the baby chicks distract me, because they're freaking adorable, you guys. So tonight, it's, April 14th. It's Thursday night. And I'm going to talk to you guys about inviting, messaging, and then at the end, I'm going to talk about something that I'm really excited and also kind of want to puke about, and that's Summit. So to start, I'm just going to kind of tell you who I message and who I invite and how that goes for me. And one thing that you need to know about me that if you don't know already is that I don't really have an issue talking to people that I don't know. I don't really have a level of like uncomfortableness there. I think I get it from my dad. He can talk to just about anybody. And at the very least, Nate's grandfather once told us, if you get uncomfortable, talk about the weather, which seems ridiculous, but it kind of gives you like a little bit of a moment to shake your nerves off when you talk about something as general as weather, or you could choose something else, but let's just say weather. And ever since, I was a kid, I've been able to do that. Just talk about random generalness and build up that comfortableness to talking to anybody. And not everybody has that. So, and I get it. And I think that's awesome. But one huge advantage of this job or perk is that we really encourage you guys to get outside your comfort zone, right? So if you have a level of not where you're not comfortable speaking to people, do it more. That's all I can tell you. You just need to do it more, because you'll get over it. You'll get more comfortable, because this is an important aspect of building your business. And that's, I thought I would just share with you guys who I talk to. When I first became a coach, I probably had a couple hundred friends. Considered getting rid of my Facebook page because I didn't want to be in my phone or the computer all the time. And right now, I think I have like 1,700 friends, and I also have just under 500 followers on my like page. And I don't know that many people, guys, really. So I go out there and I search on Facebook for people that I have something in common with. And to do that, you have to know who you are, what you find interesting, what you find funny, areas in your life that you're passionate about. And I got to that revelation by writing a list of everything throughout my day that makes me happy. and everything about my day that I wish I could change. And I, through making these lists, I found out who I am and what I love about life in general, what I'm passionate about. And those are interests that I search on Facebook for people who have something in common with, which I think Nate shared with you guys how to search on Facebook for people. And if you don't know where it is, I'll figure out how to tag you guys in that link. But you use the search tool and you can literally search for anything. Mom of 3, mom of boys, hairdresser in Arizona, whatever you want, and you can find these people and you can choose to add them as a friend or invite them to like your fit page. That will grow your audience. And so what happens then though, right? Because we don't know these people, right? By now you've maybe talked to everybody in your friends list that you know and you feel comfortable enough and said, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm a Beachbody coach now. This is why. Do you care to join a challenge group? Do you want to know what I do? Hey, do you want anything? With people that you're comfortable with, you hopefully at this point have realized that this is an important part of your life now. That's why you're here, right? And you have had the confidence and gotten outside of your head and out of your own way to talk to those people. So I'm not going to talk to you on how to talk to the people that you're comfortable talking to. That might be something that you need to work on if you are stopping yourself from going there, because in all honesty, like someone that you love, they're going to reach out and ask you to support them. You're going to be like, hey, I can't right now. Hey, what are you doing? Or maybe when I have the ability, but they're not going to hate you for it. Okay. So you got to get out of your own way and talk to the people that you're comfortable talking to. But what I'm going to talk to you about is talking to people who you're not comfortable talking to, people that you don't know yet, expanding your market and having people follow you that don't know you, becoming your friend, saying yes, and you don't know them. So once I've grown this network, I now know that I have a ton of people that have the potential to see my posts show up in their newsfeed. And I've also inviting those people to like my fitness page. Be bold. Just go out there and start doing that, expanding your market. And what I find is that when I'm ready to send someone a message, like on multiple posts of mine. On a rare occasion, I'll have someone just come straight out, totally random, and post a long comment on a post and just say, I love what you're doing, don't stop. I'm going to start a conversation with that person right away in private messaging. And if someone is repeatedly liking my posts, I'm going to maybe shoot them a message that's as simple as, hey, I noticed we're Facebook friends, and I think it's really silly not to say hi. Hi. And I start a conversation. I don't usually start off by saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Did you like my fit page? And would you like to buy a challenge pack? That's not going to happen because I'm going to want to retain these relationships. So I'm not going to try and scare them off by coming across as a salesman, which I know every single one of you does not want to do. I know that for a fact. You don't want to come across as a salesman. So don't just put stuff out there like, hey, go to my website and then buy something. Start off something really simple that gives them the opportunity to respond. Because if you say something like, usually I don't ask a question right away when I send a message to someone I don't know. It is really basic. Like, hey, how are you? I noticed you have 2 munchkins. Isn't parenting tough? Like, I keep it pretty like about them or basic or even smaller than that. Something that says, they feel comfortable responding to so that I can start the conversation. A lot of times lately, I've had people respond with, how do I know you? Which is awesome. And I'll tell you why. Like, I can definitely sit and feel uncomfortable with like, oh my gosh, this person is calling me out. Like, they obviously get that I don't know them, that I just friend requested them randomly, and they're calling me out. But I think it's awesome because who's bold like that anymore? I am. And if they are, I want to talk to them more because chances are I'm going to like this person. I'm going to build a friendship. I like bold people. I don't like the BS. I don't like the drama. I don't like the uncomfortable awkwardness. So when someone goes, thanks for saying hi, but how do I know you? I usually respond with, honestly, I have no idea. Somehow Facebook said that we should send a friend request, so I did. So I thought I would say hi. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. You're right. They do that all the time. And thanks for saying hi or whatever. And I have tons of conversations that start right there. I have tons of people that ignore those messages too. I don't dread them. I don't care. I just move on. That's when tracking comes into play is when I send a message or when I add a friend, I put their name in, I post a little comment on what I sent and where it went from there. I highlight them when they're green, when they respond and a conversation starts, I highlight them as green. If they completely ignore me, I highlight them as orange. I don't like the color red. That just scares me. So I stay away from red, but I'll highlight them as orange if they don't respond. And I keep going. I don't let that slow me down. I don't think to myself, oh my God, I sent out 25 messages today and only 5 responded. I actually have given myself an average of who I need to contact to get 5 people to comment back. So like, if you want to look at it strategically, that's advancing my business. I know that it takes 25 people to get 5 conversations started. So anyway, tracking this stuff is really important so that you also don't send duplicate messages to people, or that you can just know that you need to keep expanding your market by however many people. But that's how my conversations start with people that I don't know. When I see people that are commenting on or liking on my fit page, I friend request them like right away. I'm not going to miss that opportunity to friend request them so that I can extend a conversation with them on my personal Facebook page. So that's who I message. That's how I find people to message. And when I get to a point where I feel like, I'll have some people bring up, hey, I noticed you're a Beachbody coach, which is great because now I don't have to like find a way to finagle it into the conversation. But when the conversation's been going on, or they've started to like my personal posts and commented there, I start to feel more comfortable talking to them like they're a friend. And I usually send a message if I'm going to invite them to a challenge group or to a coaching opportunity. I usually send a message like, it sounds kind of like, hey, I know that you've been following my posts, so you obviously see that I'm a Beachbody coach. ... Here's the thing. Don't scare them off by rambling. Always keep it short. And usually what I say is I'm hosting a online group where we will casually talk about what I do as a coach. Do you want an invitation? Don't just say, do you want to find out more about what I do? Because a lot of times they'll just be like, heck no. I don't want to be a coach. And obviously you only friend requested me because you want me to, find out what it's like to be a coach or to become a coach on your team. I keep it simple and I just say, do you want an invitation? If not, no biggie. Maybe the next time around you will, whatever. And I think like probably 75% of the time they say, yes, I want an invitation, which is awesome. So those glimpse into coaching groups get full of people who are just casually and comfortably finding out what we do on this team and why we like to do it and who we are and things that they didn't really know. So by keeping it short and kind of giving them the power of the conversation, I feel like they're more comfortable to respond, first of all, and more comfortable to say, yeah, sure. What could it hurt? Because really, what could it hurt? It's just information. So that's how I find people to talk to that I don't know. That's how I end up inviting people to what is coaching groups. And then when it comes to challenge groups, here's the thing. I invite everyone. every single person, because I think that our challenge groups offer a huge value no matter what. No matter what. You might be hosting challenge groups where they have to buy a challenge pack. I don't do that, and I don't see a value in doing that because you're limiting who you can help. And that's not the point of this. We want to help as many people as we can. So when it comes to inviting people to a challenge group, invite your grandma, invite your nephew, invite everybody. Because sometimes they're going to say no, and that's fine, but at least they know that you have them, and that if they ever think, wow, I need more accountability, they're going to say, I'm going to come to Julie, because I think she does these secret ones online from home. So, I'm going to go ask her now. But I feel like there is so much value in a challenge group, and it's free. And even if they don't participate, they're there, and maybe they're silently benefiting from the value that we put into them. So I don't hold back. I invite everyone. I get them, I let them know what I'm doing, and I let them know that it's just a safe place, a positive environment to have accountability to your health and fitness goals, no matter what you're doing. So I'm like, the only thing I can say is that if you are reserved about inviting people to a challenge group, that's, you got to have more confidence in what you're doing. You signed up as a coach because you were most likely in a challenge group and you saw that there was a value there. So even if you are not hosting it, and maybe your upline coach is hosting it, get them in there. Get them in there and cheer them on and help them change their life. Because that's what this is all about, right? So invite everybody, guys. Get out of your own way. Don't get uncomfortable and too inside your head about it, because that's just silly. Like, I feel like this is where it's really important to put yourself in someone else's shoes and to think, what would I think if someone invited me to an accountability group online? So do that. And my best friend tells me all the time, like, Julie, you're thinking too much. You're just thinking too much. And we all do it. It's like the nature of a woman. It's ridiculous. But if you sit down and you really think about whether or not you would be like kind of turned off by someone inviting you to a health and fitness group that's free and no obligation for them, like, we gotta change our perspective here. We gotta give other people the benefit of the doubt that they're not going to be a-holes about it, and invite them. Just do it, guys. Just do it. Do the thing. Say the thing. Be the thing, right? So invite everybody to challenge groups, because here's the other thing about challenge groups is they might start out just thinking, this is a great opportunity for me to maybe get some healthy recipes, or this is a great opportunity for me to get a 5-minute workout in. I got to start somewhere. This is a great opportunity for me to meet some people. Whatever the person is thinking that joins that challenge group, they are getting a value out of it. And they're learning more about what this community is about, what coaching is about, what we have to offer. And it is the prime location for you to create a connection with your target audience. So maybe you're uncomfortable inviting people to a What is Coaching group, but you can't be uncomfortable inviting people to a challenge group, because once you get them in there, that's your opportunity to really make a relationship with someone. And once you have that relationship, you're going to feel more confident sharing what coaches do and inviting them to what coaching groups, we put together. So I think a lot of our confidence and our abilities increase when we do challenge groups. So invite as many people as you can, get them in there so that you are creating that relationship so that you can take it further. So that's what I have to say about inviting. The other thing is to have a genuine relationship or conversation with someone, you need to know them. So go peek around on their Facebook pages and find out what they do and what they think is funny and who they are. Ask questions, a lot of questions. Steph Davies just told me 2 days ago, ask more questions. I talk a lot. I ramble a lot. So I do. She's right. I need to implement asking more questions. And then the reason behind the questions are important too, because you kind of find out what drew them to follow you. And so you're given this opportunity to speak to whatever their need is. So again, when you're having these conversations, track what posts they liked, possibly. Maybe they liked one where you talked about going on a hike. Maybe they liked one where you talked about your children, getting married, your dogs, and find out these simple cues on how to speak to them and what to speak to them about. It gives you confidence too, right? Because now you feel like you know these people a little bit more, and that gives you assurance that you can talk to them about real things that they're going to find interesting, and then where you don't have to feel like you're approaching this as a Beachbody coach, but rather as someone who got a friend request from someone on Facebook. So there's a lot of power in asking questions. It gives you a direction on where to take the conversation when you know what they liked and what interests them. That gives you confidence. If you don't have confidence, I know this is going to come across wrong, possibly. Fake it until you make it. I am sweating, you guys, but do I come across like I am like super insecure and not confident to do this? Video, it's hard. You know, like everything that's worth it is hard. You just got to get out of your own way. Like, I feel like lately I just do the thing that I like feel in my gut and feel in my heart is the right thing to do. Even when my brain is like telling me, no. I just do it. Like, that's the same thing with confidence is you guys have such a unique gift in this world, and that's that you are you. Like, nobody can replace that. And so just that alone should give you like a little bit of a like fire burning in you to know that you're confident and irreplaceable, and that value, you know, thrive off of that. Use that as momentum to fake it until you make it. And what basically all I mean by that is use that value that you feel. You should feel something in there because you are amazing. To talk to as many people as possible, because by doing it, you will find confidence in it. And eventually you're going to be like, why was I so uncomfortable? This is no big deal. I was in my own way, and you'll move past it. Okay. So I will say, I wanted to talk about waiting. Do we wait? Sometimes people will comment right away on a post or send you a message right away. And do we want to respond right away so that we don't lose that momentum? And I actually stand right in the middle of two positions. One, keep the momentum going, respond right away, and, you know, keep them excited. And then the other thing that I stand in the middle of is wait, because you have a life. Don't act like you can drop everything and be at everybody's beck and call. Don't come across that way because they'll expect it from you all the time. That's also something I'm working on. I'm a people pleaser and I want to say yes all the time, but I also need to know that when I do that, I feel burnt out more often. So, you know, even if you are like sitting down and you're working and you have the ability to respond right away, maybe wait and think about what you want to say, or wait and find out who this person is a little bit more. And it shows that you are, you know, important in other ways, in other areas of your life, and that you're not only doing this, but also back on the other side is if you're trying to meet goals and it's like the last night of the month, get on it. So, like, I don't know, I'm kind of in the middle. I see a value in responding right away, and I see a value in waiting. So, you know, you kind of decide based on your goals and your time and the value that you have. So, so I'm going to keep going on that. Let's see here. Oh, the other thing is if you invite somebody and they say, you know, not right now, ask for a referral. ask them to give you a referral so that you can grow your network, and that gives you an angle to talk to somebody else too. Like, hey, so Jessica Rabbit said that you might be interested in this, and it gives you a way to talk to other people too, because you have this mutual relationship now. So ask for a referral if people are like, not right now, I'm not people to share your posts, so that you can get kind of involved in other people's news feeds as well. And something that I want to talk about when it comes to your audience and other people's news feeds is, I hope I can articulate this the right way, but I don't speak everybody's language, and I never will. I have certain things about me that are relatable to certain people. I have certain values that are relatable to other people. People follow me for some reason, whatever it is, and then there's other people who don't follow me for whatever reason. When I realized that, I realized that I also have the ability to help my team out, you guys. So when I feel like maybe I'm like slow on engagement with my audience, I might go out and share Kim Wells' posts, because maybe she is going to speak to my audience that I can't speak to. The people that follow me that I'm not clicking with, maybe something she's posted will connect with them. So I'll go over and I'll find something interesting that she's posted about that I don't talk about maybe, and I'll share it so that my friends and my followers see that. And, maybe they're going to find that they have something to relate with Kim, and they're going to start following her, and maybe they're going to get more brave to talk to Kim, and their life is going to change. And I'm helping build Kim's market. So, and I'm not the kind of person that's going to be like, well, damn it, Kim stole one of my coaches, and so was following me, and why couldn't I talk to them? I don't care. I just want them to get out of their own way and change their life. And if Kim speaks their language, hell yeah, because she's part of my team too. So, if you feel like you're lacking involvement or engagement from your audience, maybe go grab a different coach's post on our team or whatever and share that. I would recommend sharing someone in your downline, just because, that's going to help your overall team growth as well. If they did sign up under someone in your downline. But at least, they're going to maybe open their eyes to something that they weren't getting from you. So it's not a reflection on how awful you are. It's a reflection that we are all different. We all have things that capture our attention differently, and that's okay. The point is to help them find a way to introduce this into their life so that they start living a healthier and happier life. So it also shows that you are not trying to sell anything. It shows that you are trying to help people, because it's not about you. When you go out there and you share someone else's post in hopes that it, connects with someone else, you're showing that you genuinely care about other people and helping them. Because, they're not going to sign up under you. They're going to sign up on this other person. That's not the point. That's not going to make you any money. Like, it gets them seeing what your ultimate mission is about, which is another thing I want to talk about. And I'm going a little bit fast because we've already been doing this for 30 minutes, so I apologize. But mission statement. If you don't win, it might be because you don't know why you're here entirely. When you have a mission statement, you have something that you believe in. You have a goal. And my mission as a Beachbody coach is to virtually hug everybody that I can and let them know that they have value and that I believe in them. And that I know that despite all of the excuses, despite all of the fear that they have, despite all of the self-doubt that they have in themselves, that they are still capable. that I'm no one special, and that if I can do something, if I can get out of my own way, and if I can, go into a hard situation head on and come out feeling like myself and feeling like I have value and feeling this much empowerment, then they can too. And I am going to be there for them through that, whatever it is. I don't care where their past comes from. I don't care what mistakes they've made. In life, we judge too much, and I'm sick and tired of the humanity of the world having such a negative impact on each other and judging and all that crap. So that's my mission. So that's why I have every reason to talk to everyone that I can. So when you create that mission that you're on as a coach, you're going to have more reason to talk to more people and more confidence in what you're doing, because it's not about the challenge pack anymore. It's about that mission. So if you don't have one, you need to come up with your mission, your why, whatever you want to call it, and ground it, solidify it, share that stuff. Sorry, I'm trying not to swear because I'm pretty sure the girls can hear me. But so, okay, so yeah, find out what your mission is, and focus on that direction in everything that you do. Because if you think to yourself about what your mission is, you can bring that back around to, it's not about the challenge pack. It's not about Success Club. It's about the mission. And you're going to feel a lot better about doing this job. So, a couple of tips that I wrote down to share with you on how I do what I do. Make lists. Wake up earlier. Earlier. No, still earlier, guys. List on paper. I honestly, for whatever reason, I'm not stressing out about it. When I put it down on paper, I have an opportunity to organize my thoughts and have a direction that I want to go in. My power hours become more effective with a list. My posts become more effective with a list. What am I trying to say? These are my 3 bullet points. Lists just help me. And if they don't work for you, that's cool. I'm just sharing you the tips that I use. Waking up earlier, honestly, I am not a morning person. I don't like it. But every successful person out there wakes up early. And when I started waking up earlier, I gave myself my own time. I gave myself a little bit of freedom. I gave myself energy for the rest of the day. And I wasn't being pulled right away by other people. I had my moments of clarity in the morning. It's like freedom. It's worth getting up early for. So the other thing is the other tip that I want to share that I don't do is I don't it seems not realistic because I'm such a rambler, but I don't word vomit right away with people. I keep ops because it gives them an opportunity to respond, and it gives me the opportunity to know what they're responding to. It gives the conversation a direction to. Don't blow their mind with your first message saying hi. It kind of when people do that to me, it's what do you want? It's just too much. So keep it simple. Keep it 3 to 5 sentences. Add humor if you like humor. If you're a sarcastic humor, add some kind of humor into it because it just makes life funner when you're being funny and laughing. And the last tip is to speak to your value. And that goes back to knowing who you are and what you want and what your mission is. But be confident in that value and share it. And I think that it makes it a lot more easy for people to approach you, which kind of takes the uncomfortableness out of messaging people. So you find people that are relatable to you when you share who you are, when you share your value. So that's what I have about inviting and messaging. And I don't know if that helped anybody. I hope it did. But really quickly, I wanted to talk about Summit, which is coming up at the end of July. And I know that those of you who did not make it to retreat might be feeling a little bit bummed out that you weren't there, that you're sick and tired of hearing it because it just continues to make you feel bummed out that you weren't there. Maybe you feel like we are rubbing it in by talking about it. And that's not the point. We're not trying to make you feel bad for not being there. I'm actually I wish I could afford to have flown every single one of you out to retreat, because if I could afford it, I would have. It was so fun. It was just kind of refreshing, intense, definitely intense. But the point about sharing it is not to make you feel bad for not being there. If you feel like you missed out, maybe just try that much harder to get to the next live event. For whatever, if you do feel bad, figure out what it is that you feel like you missed out on, and find out a way to introduce that into your life, because you're missing something in your life. If you feel like you see these pictures where we're having fun, maybe, and you feel upset about it, maybe you need to have more fun in your life. So try to get to a place where you're comfortable, like a Super Saturday or something. Take that as a sign that you feel like you're missing something from your life, and try to get to the next whatever. Maybe it's, just going to the next mommy play date that you're invited to. It's something that your soul is telling you to look into. If you're seeing pictures from it and you're feeling bad or like you missed out or whatever, don't just ignore that. You'll be unhappy. So anyway, but with that said, we're going to start talking about Summit. And I thought about limiting who I talk about Summit with and creating a group and inviting people that are going to Summit into that group. And I might create a group just so that we can make sure to arrange like plans to meet up and what we're wearing and who needs a beer before an event or whatever. I might still have a group like that, but I don't really want to only a group of people that are going for sure. Because when I go to Summit, I have a couple of goals. I want to feel inspired. I want to learn as much as I can from the leaders. I want to have tons of aha moments while I'm there. I want to have fun. I want to do live workouts. I want to feel that energy and bring it back to you. So I'm not going to start Summit by having these conversations privately with people that are going and then go and then kind of hope that you feel all the energy when I'm there. I want to start it right now when we have conversations in our team page about what's going on, because if you can't go, fine, that's cool. Maybe you'll go next year. But Summit has been a turning point for a lot of people in the business. And I have actually signed up to go to 2 summits now. The first one, I was a coach for like a couple of weeks. Someone sold me their ticket. I even made arrangements with a total stranger to share a hotel room with them. And then Wednesday came around and I didn't go. And Becca was like, dude, I thought you were coming. I'm so excited to see you. And I ignored her. I was like, I'm not going to tell her, but I'm not going. Psych. And then last year, I was on the plane, on the tarmac, and like getting ready to fly to Nashville. And I got off the plane. I like got a stewardess over and got my crap and got off the plane. I told him I was sick and then I was going to puke, and then I didn't want to puke the whole way to Tennessee. And so I got off the plane. It was all fear and anxiety. And every single time I've regretted it. That's the truth. I literally didn't even wait 12 hours before I told Nate I should be there. I should be hearing this stuff. I should be learning this stuff. I should be physically embracing this opportunity of energy and love and support and real people and connections. And I don't know why I can't get out of my own way. And this year, I'm definitely going. Kim will kill me if I don't show up at the airport, I'm sure, because I'm flying with her. But I think that you're going to start hearing a lot about people getting ready to go to Summit, and I don't want you to feel like it's to make you feel bad for not going. If you can't go, it's okay. My goal is to bring the experience back with me, share it with you while I'm there, and maybe hopefully reiterate that this is something that you want to be a part of, and maybe you'll go next year. So basically, Summit's going to be coming up. You're going to see posts about it. You're going to see us talking about it. You're going to see us getting excited about going. Don't feel bad. If you are feeling bad, like it's something that you really want to be a part of, maybe a different coach will sell their ticket. You never know. Maybe you could go this year. I heard last year that they let people go in that were just showed up and didn't even have a ticket. But think about it. If if you're really feeling bad about it, just, do a gut check, talk to your spouse, whatever. But don't feel bad going forward when we start talking about it more. And I just want you guys to expect that. I'm really personally excited. I plan on listening to Steph Daving out with Autumn and Tony. And I feel like because I'm not behind the organization of this, that I'm going to be able to relax a little bit more. I think at retreat, I still was a little bit stressed, really worrying that whether or not everybody had a good time or was getting something out of it. And I let that kind of keep me reserved, which is ridiculous. I'm not a reserved type of person. So I am so excited to go to the Summit and just kind of be free and just enjoy myself and be inspired by what this is about. I cannot wait to see who wins the 150 grand or 100 grand or whatever it is, and like all that stuff. So anyway, it's going to be hyped. It's going to be talked about, and don't feel bad if you can't go. Ask questions. You guys are still as much a part of the retreat. I am still beyond humbled that you are part of this. So when these things happen and you can't go, please don't feel bad. It's just not the time for you, okay? But anyway, so that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. Went over 30 minutes, I'm sorry. But if you guys have questions about messaging, inviting, feel free to send me a message directly or comment. I'm sure that Kim will put this on here. And yeah, let's make April a month about getting over the fear of talking to other people. Because, if I hadn't have talked to Kim, she wouldn't be a coach. If I hadn't have talked to Sarah, she wouldn't have been a coach. If they wouldn't have talked to you, you wouldn't be here. So it's worth it to just have the conversations and do the messaging and inviting. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being on, all of you guys. I'm sorry this went a little long. But next week we are going to have a Zoom, and I don't even remember what I'm going to talk about, but I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So enjoy the rest of your night, you guys.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you, Kim, for hosting. Bye, guys.
Bye.